Like many farmers around the country, Melissa Smith's days are dominated by one thing at the moment.
Seeding. Yeah, it's trying to keep the machines going and make sure that the seed's in the ground, and hopefully we'll get a rain soon, and yeah, everything's about seeding.
The Pinnaroo farmer feels optimistic at the start of each season. But she admits, even with her loyal mate Scout by her side, the long hours and isolation can get to you.
The days are extraordinarily long, so we generally get up at about 5:30 in the morning, and we're in the tractor and probably until about 10:30 at night time. Sometimes you feel like you're crawling out of your skin, but other times, especially sunrises and sunsets, it's just, I don't know, you can't beat a Mallee sunset.
When she's not out in the paddock, there's a good chance this is where you'll find Melissa.
So this is a bit of a change of pace.
Sure is.
What's this space?
This is my arts area.
Whether she's mosaicing or painting pots, her shed, which is quickly becoming an art studio, has become a sanctuary from the stresses of farming and her work as a volunteer ambulance officer.
I think it's made a huge difference. Like, I'm quite an anxious person generally, and you know, like everybody else, things get you down. So to come out into the shed and just to knock something up or to create something and see it come together so well, it's just a bit of a break from all of that negativity, I suppose.
Melissa has something called the Pinnaroo Project to thank for her newfound passion. A project I first came across a couple of years ago when I spent time in this farming town with the ABC's Backroads program.
This is amazing.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? So cool.
When I heard there was lanterns, this is not what I had in mind at all.
Yeah, I know. And this has got the candles in it, so for the show we're going to light this up and it's going to be flickering lights.
Stretch, pull tight. See what we're doing?
It was Julie Wallace's art group that came up with an ingenious way of bringing more art classes to Pinnaroo. How did this all come about?
Yeah, well, a few years ago we actually decided to start doing a bit of mosaics with a group of young mums from the school, and it was really fun and everybody really got into it, and we thought, this is something we need more of.
All right, so if you can't tie knots, tie lots. Is that what Dad says? Yeah? There we go.
Are you going to put some orange on this one?
Julie and her friends contacted a university and offered up their whole town for a groundbreaking study which started in 2020. A 3-year investigation into whether more art and culture can boost the physical and mental health of an entire community.
The idea about Pinnaroo Project came about, you know, to improve people's health and well-being and the connectivity in the community and keeping people happy.
Over the course of the project, more than 120 workshops have been held in the town, with artists from across the state teaching everything from lantern making and leatherwork to photography and metal floral art.
Now your blood sugar is 5.1, which is really good.
Yeah. To measure the impact, researchers from South Australia's Flinders University collected data from both people who took part in the workshops and those who didn't, using clinical tests and questionnaires. 193 people on average took part every year, which researchers say is a scientifically acceptable sample size in a town with a population of fewer than 800.
Well, the results are now in, so I'm back in Pinnaroo to find out exactly what impact art has had on this community.
For lead researcher Robin Clark, delivering the final scientific report to a rural community she's got to know pretty well,
Here the results are in. So exciting.
is both personally satisfying and another step forwards to quantifying the importance of art in health.
We have really good evidence why art in health works, particularly on physical symptoms and wellness symptoms, so that's well documented. But what we didn't know was how well an arts and health project would work in rural Australia.
The research found rates of depression dropped across the whole community, but were most noticeable in the group doing art.
Should we go and tell the world?
For those participants who had reported moderate to severe depression at the baseline of the project, which was around 19% of the participants, the moderate to severe depression decreased to 9% at the end of the 3 years, and we were delighted in this result because it was our primary outcome.
Tonight, we're going to be making these copper earrings.
It's a result that backs up what these regulars have experienced firsthand.
So on the edge and then sides like this.
Tonight they're attending a jewellery workshop in the local arts hub,
So you do have to be...
led by Pinnaroo Project manager Julie Wallace, who also happens to be a well-known jewellery designer.
And how many of these workshops have you done?
Well, I've done lots of different workshops, actually. I'm addicted to them. Yeah.
Why are you addicted to
Well, because I like arty-farty stuff. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel, probably a little bit flat sometimes.
Yeah.
But always, it's fabulous at the end. I feel just, I just feel great.
But really take into consideration the length of the earring.
There were also some more surprising lifestyle spin-offs from the study.
Both adults and children who were involved in the arts activities definitely were eating more healthily than the rest of the community. There was also a reduction in smoking amongst the adults.
Once you've sort of got most
Data Julie Wallace hopes will motivate more rural people to engage with art.
If you think about somebody going to a gym, they don't just do it because they have fun. They also do it because they know it's good for their health. And so this evidence is actually really key to making change.
3/4 of participants in the arts activities were women.
What about this one?
But the project did have an impact on Pinnaroo's men too.
Oh, look at your hands.
Like Giles Oster, who I first met at the Lantern Workshop.
What do you want to show the girls?
I want to show them that it's okay to go and do something different.
Giles is a 4th-generation farmer, and something he never expected to do before the Pinnaroo Project was turn his day job into poetry.
We're gathered here tonight at the invitation of the Pinnaroo Project.
But that's exactly what he did with a group of farmers and the help of a visiting artist.
I just want to see someone connect with other people.
A poem he performed for the whole community at an ambitious storytelling event called Shoulder to Shoulder.
Nights like these, when we're struggling on the farm and we think, gee, it'd be nice to be home, putting the kids to bed.
A moving piece about what keeps families like his on the land despite the struggles.
But this is farming, this is what we do, this is what we enjoy, and this is what we're good at. We wouldn't change it for the world.
You know, has it had a big impact?
Yeah, it has. I feel as though there's been a much greater connectedness in the community.
As well as connecting people, Giles reckons the Pinnaroo Project has also opened doors for talking about tough times. And in rural areas, there are often limited opportunities to do that.
Compared to any sporting aspect, you go there because you go there to watch your kids play or perform or whatever, or you go, you're in the silo, line up at harvest time, you're there and you're doing your thing, you're doing your job. And we still have social interactions in those things which are fantastic for our community. Like they're the heartbeat of it. But I think the Pinnaroo Project things, because wellbeing has been a focus of their study, it's easier and it's natural to go to those things and say, what's going on with you? How's your world? Tell me about you.
A separate economic report found the project also made financial sense. The Pinnaroo Project was funded by a range of arts, health, regional and government bodies.
Me? That's Eddie, look, that's you.
For every dollar invested, the community got $2.30 back, with less reliance on limited health services among the cost savings. Not every positive finding was considered statistically significant, and some health indicators like obesity levels didn't improve. But Robin Clark says overall, the findings make for a strong case to bring more art and culture out into the bush.
So is this model ready to be rolled out to other communities now?
Yes, absolutely. I think both the combination of the wellness indicators and health indicators plus the economics is a terrific model to bring out to other communities, and we've already had inquiries from other rural towns who want to replicate what we've done here.
I think it would be great for everybody to have a chance to have an arts program there so that everyone can feel better. Yeah, I just cannot see a downside to it.